No, well, again, we can talk about the reality in this game. How quickly the competition comes upon you, and the win last week, and then, as I said, reality hits. Come up against a side arguably in probably the top four. I don't know the actual position on the ladder, but to play a side like that again, it's just a great experience for our boys to go through that. But yeah, I mean, you win a quarter in amongst that mayhem. Just says to me that the mental side of our game needs to be addressed, because for the three other quarters, not say a yelp, but you take the first quarter away, I think, bar the last three goals, I think Chops were sort of 46 points behind that. I know that is irrelevant considering the end result, but yeah, it's certainly when I say a wake-up call, but a wake-up call for the boys to understand how brutal this game is and how quickly you have to move on. And obviously after today's loss, the first quarter was not acceptable. We understand that, and as I said, to turn it around the second quarter like we did, and then probably fall away in the second half like we did, is unacceptable. So we look forward to Brisbane on Saturday. Pull up the socks, roll up the sleeves, and back to some hard work.
Were you expecting that first quarter? Did you think they were switched on when they ran out? Or?
Yeah, well, they seem good, mate, but, if anyone in my time in football can judge the mood of a playing group before they go out, he's set to make a lot of money. Because, you think they're on and they're terrible. When you think they're terrible, they're on. And because I'm not in the other camp, I don't know how they're, if they're tearing paint off the wall and all those sorts of things. So it's very hard to judge. But, no, I think it's been a normal build-up. And again, you can't make excuses from travel. We understand what we're in. We understand our training program. So physically, we're all there. Mentally, we bring in two young kids, but I wouldn't have thought the two young kids that came in today were responsible for that start for sure.
What do you tell a side that's down, I don't know what it was, 94 1/4 time? Do you strip it right back and just say forget about the score?
Yeah, that's pretty much what we spoke about. When it's 100 and I think we're 80 possessions down. 45 I think we touched it, and they had it 112 times. So I just pleaded to them about, is there any danger of someone actually getting their hands on the football? Because game plans aside, well, nothing's working because we don't know that, because no one can touch the footy. So that was the difference, and all of a sudden I think we won the possession count in the second quarter by 10, and inside 50s go up, our contested ball went up, and surprise, surprise, we kicked 4 goals, 2 to 3 goals or something. So, that was encouraging after we structurally changed up a bit. Obviously, we had to stem the flow as best we can. So whether that's helped the boys as well, but again, we don't want to live like that. That's probably playing a bit of defensive footy, if you like. I know it still won us the quarter, but you're not going to survive playing a good brand of footy doing that.
I know you honestly that you were stemming the tide in the first quarter when it was just raining goals and just for a 5-10 minute period, just throw 2 extra players back. I know it's not the game you want to play. But
no. Yeah, we spoke about that, but we were asking, it was a good opportunity now to test the resolve of a young group. There's only so much, the leaders can do. There was certainly some technical things, our midfield needed to adjust to, and certainly our defenders need to adjust to. And so there's no point then giving them an out by putting extra players behind them. That's not going to teach them how to get up and start playing on your opponent. So, as I said, we wanted to run that course. It was certainly spoken about. But as I said, they probably in essence of that lesson, they failed. But that's good. At least we know that as a coach.
What do you do this week? Do you look at the first quarter primarily, or do you make more of the second as a way of sort of teaching them about the realities?
I think those boys especially have lived through that experience now. We'll go away and actually now bring up the Brisbane-Richmond game and show them, because they've tasted that now. And now they're going to have to get themselves organised for Brisbane and understand what they need to do mentally, if anything, because physically they're not going to change in 5 days. So we won't spend a lot of time on this game, of course, and no point even showing them the second quarter, because I would say that even the 3 or 4 games we played prior, we've actually played and moved the ball better than we even did today, although that resulted in 4 goals too for us. So, I don't think it'll be much we'll be looking at going through this game, that's for sure.
What do you say to blokes like Toy, who got a lot of goals kicked on him and ball watched a lot, second to the contest? He's a very highly ranked kid.
Yeah, ask him what was going through his head, because all those things you say about him, we'd expect more from him. And again, we expect more from him, but we also expect more from him as far as just crossing his T's and dotting his I's. But when you look around, who's around him, and Jared Harbrow's there, Carmichael Hunt's, I think you take Jared Harbrow's games out for the Western Bulldogs, I think we had about 15 games worth of experience down there. So it's just the expectations. But again, for him to learn the ability to play one-on-one, and it was a nasty message for him today, and I'm sure it's going to leave a nasty taste in his mouth, but it's great for him, because I know Josh, and I know what he's like, and I know what his spirit's like. I just fear for the Brisbane bloke he's going to play on next week.
Is there any chances of some scarring of these guys? The Brisbane Lions guys went through it and were better for it. Any chances of some scarring?
I'm sure. Well, depending on the kid, I think everyone's different. And as I said, I know that's what I'm saying about Josh. Let him stew through this one, because I know he'll come out of the side very quickly. Come out on the other side very quickly, I should say. So I don't have an issue there. Some of the other boys, mind you. But again, we're not certainly planning on 139-point losses each week as well. So as I said, stick to our structures, stick to winning the footy, and you're a chance to win it like we were in the second quarter. But fall away from those areas, and it's just not us. I mean, every other coach should be preaching the same too. You give yourself an opportunity for the opposition to open you up, and we will certainly open up.
What are you expecting this week to unfold? Like it's a big game up there in your town, our town.
Yeah, well, Homo, we're obviously going to have to try and promote it as best we can. But yeah, certainly from the initial thoughts, it's about our coaching group keeping our head and focus on our group and getting them up for this game as best we can, and that'll be our focus. So I do apologise to everyone that's looking at cranking the game up, and we'll do that as best we can. But yeah, we just need to get back to the basics. As I said, those basics in the second quarter worked, the other 3 quarters it didn't, and it's about getting these fellas up. And I mean, I'm sure from the mental side of things that shouldn't be too hard, because of obviously the rivalry that's going to start this Saturday.
Did you have any injuries today, and was Josh Fraser carrying any sore spots?
Yeah, he hobbled. He's had a bit of a sore knee, and I think that's a bit of tendonitis. But yeah, whether he's flared that up again. But yeah, nothing major. And I think Charlie Dixon got a knock on his calf. So yeah, he's probably about the only one in doubt for that.
Charlie could be in doubt.
Could be. Yeah, he couldn't return to the field. So, yeah.
Just Patrick, you showed a little bit late there.
Yeah, well, that's, look, Stephen May got better as one of the debutants. I reckon he got better as the game wore on, and probably looked better in the second quarter, mind you, because the ball was actually going in on our terms into their forward 50 rather than theirs. But yeah, he got better. I mean, but a young kid. I mean, he was cramping, and as all the other young kids have done too. But I thought he showed a bit. Jack Hutchins showed a bit. But yeah, Liam Patrick playing as a forward on a day, you get beaten by 139 points. I'm not sure you're going to get a lot out of his effort and his performance. So as I said, he held his ground, did what he had to do given the circumstances and the opportunity. So I'd certainly expect him to play next week.